Events hundreds of miles from the mid-state sparks a community conversation in Nashville. Good evening, everyone. I'm Rory Johnston.
And I'm Jessica Ralston. We have all watched the protests in Ferguson, Missouri, but in North Nashville tonight, people united in a church sanctuary.
News Channel 5's Chris Cannon is live on Jefferson Street. Chris, was there a good turnout for this town hall meeting?
Rory, it was standing room only here inside Mount Zion Baptist Church. The meeting just ended a short time ago. It was a conversation, a lot of talk about the mistakes some people say were made in Missouri and how not to make those mistakes here at home.
Jefferson Street is a famous street for the history of civil rights.
Inside a church where much of that history happened at its front steps.
God, we thank you for looking down upon these, your people.
A town hall meeting to talk about the future of community relations in Nashville, to unite in the wake of what has happened in Ferguson, Missouri.
Could this happen in Nashville?
No one inside Mount Zion Baptist Church knows the answer to that question, but Nashville's police chief is certain the situation would be handled differently by his department.
What I can promise you is that we will address it openly. You will know all that we can possibly tell you. And if you decide that you need to speak out about that, we will be there with you.
All of Metro's police commanders came out for the meeting, and questions about policing in Nashville came from the audience.
How are we teaching our young people to look and to approach the police?
That's the very reason James Ford brought his 3 children to hear what had to be said.
With everything that's going on in Missouri, I just want my kids to be brought up in community, and I want them to know not to fear the police, and we're family.
His 8-year-old daughter is listening to that lesson about the men and women in blue.
Dad, you should never fear, because the police officers will help you.
And when everyone leaves here, the pastor hopes the message of Nashville uniting will spread through the nation.
It'll be a major initiative that we hope will catch fire around this country, and you'll see Boston unites, and you'll see Missouri unites, because I believe if any city can get it right, Nashville can.
And here's a statistic that came out of tonight's meeting that many people might not know. 11% of Metro's sworn officers are African American. And tonight, Bishop Walker said, be outraged about what happened in Missouri, but be equally as outraged about the crime that happens every single day right here on the streets at home. We are live on Jefferson Street. Chris Cannon, News Channel 5 HD.